there is a factor that we've constantly talked about, and I think it's worth looking at right now, even though India will be bowling first, and that's the whole batting in the middle overs. And if you just compare sides, we talk about, this is from post the ICC World Cup in 2015, and India second to England in that middle over phase, and that is something I think they'll need to keep an eye on. Virat Kohli's spoken about it, we've spoken about it here, and you know, we know the impact that Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan are having at the top. It's what you do to consolidate in those middle overs, keep the dot balls to a minimum.
In isolation, that doesn't look too bad, 5.49. It doesn't look too bad, and it's not too different between teams 2, 3 and 4. We're in 5.49, 5.41, 5.40. It's not a big difference. So in isolation, it doesn't look bad. But it's interesting that Virat Kohli said in the post-match presentation after Game 2 in Mount Maunganui, he said that at the toss today, that he thinks he needs more runs in the middle overs. So he is concerned at the fact that those middle overs are not giving him as many runs. He said they were 15-20 short the other day as well. So he's come out and made a strong point about it. He wants more.
Yeah, we could be going on a lot about the MS factor, but he's not playing today. But again, as and when he does come back to play, that whole thing about batting at 4, therefore giving him more deliveries to settle down, or 5, or of course sometimes wherever you bat, you end up being the finisher if you've got such a platform.
It's just amazing when you look at those numbers, you know, percentage of dot ball is still way high.
Yeah.
And that's something, you know, which as the game is evolving, I think more and more teams will be focusing on that point, because if those dot ball percentage drop down from there, you can imagine the impact it'll have on the game. You know, so we are talking about those 300 runs totals scored very consistently. You know, if that percentage goes down, you will probably see that above par score by 30-40 runs easily. So you're talking about 340-350 runs, and that's something which on a good track. I think, you know, what Virat was also talking about was the fact that, you know, when you're in the position of strength, how do you capitalize on that, and what kind of approach one should have when you are batting from that position of strength, when you have plenty of wickets in hand. And that's something which is interesting to see, that they're always pushing that bar higher and higher.